All right, welcome back. Another edition to keeping ourselves busy here this summer. So this is a 2007 Toyota Tundra 4.7 liter SR5. So we're going to do the transmission. It's a flush, drain, and refill. So there's other YouTubers that just do the drain, but I should do a flush, drain, and refill. So you watch my other video how I fixed the P2757 error code on the solenoid torque pressure converter solenoid. Yeah, that one. Check out that video if you have that problem with this kind of truck. But I have no codes on that going on. Knock on wood somewhere. Yeah, wood. I am gonna pass this truck on to my son, so I figure I'd make a video on it before winter time comes, so we won't be able to do that. So let's get started, and thank you guys for watching these videos. I appreciate you. I see the comments, I see the subscribers, so I appreciate you building this community together with us. All right, so before we get started, just a word of caution. You want to work on this truck when it's nice and cool and the truck is on a level surface. So it's nice and leveled. That way you know how much is draining out of the pan, but this works on gravity. All right, so Toyota has this bypass where it's an intercoolant that cools the transmission fluid when it comes back to the truck. So it goes to the front, cools back down. So you want to bypass it because you want to do a full flush. So that way all the coolant comes back to the pan and we can drain it out. All right, so here's the intercoolant we're talking about. This is what we're bypassing. This is where the transmission fluid gets cooled down and it goes back to the intercoolant we're bypassing right now. To do that, you're going to have to press this button down and put a piece of metal or something to kind of keep it from bouncing back, because that will bypass the intercoolant here. So we're going to push it down. Use some kind of metal piece in here and just keep it locked down. I think I'll do it. Yep, I think we're in bypass. Yep. So something like that keeps it depressed and it keeps it bypassed. Since we're down here, we're going to loosen this hose up and get ready to flush the whole system out. So that's out of the way. Make sure this is nice and loose. Yeah, and it is. All right, so we'll leave that alone. We'll come back to that. All right, so transmission drain plug, and the refill is usually right above it, right over there. That's a 24 millimeter, and I did replace that with a new one. The old one was pretty rusty. If you see my other video how I did the valve body on this truck, that's where you're gonna refill the transmission back. Okay, so 24 millimeter. See if we can take it out first before we drain the pan. Make sure this works before we drain the pan, to be able to refill it, not just drain it. Sorry, it's a bad angle, guys. This is all I got. So we know the refill plug works. Now we can drain the pan and be confident that we can refill it. All right, time to drain the pan. So I got out myself a painter's bucket. This tells me how much I drained. That way I can replace that much when I put it back. So it gives me an estimate. So this is about 7 quarts. So just need to fill this up. And it's a 14 millimeter. The drain plug and the level plug has crush washers. I recommend you put a new crush washer when you're done, and we'll torque all this stuff down. The drain plug, the level plug, and the refill plug up there. We'll torque everything to spec. We'll go with that when we get to that point. First things first, let's drain this thing. Remember, we have this on bypass now. You should drain it right into here. Here we go. That's a good color, actually. You can see it's pretty red, so still pretty good. The reason I'm changing it is when I had it in the winter, it kind of shifted kind of funny, so I don't want to do that in the middle of winter. 2.5 quarts in. All right, so I'm gonna have my son come start the car. We'll do a one-time startup flush the bypass, and then. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the car. I'm gonna move this it's going to gush out. We'll put a finger here. That way it fully flushes the system, bypassing the intercoolant. Go ahead, start the car. So that was it, just a quick flush. And it looks like we gained about 3 quarts. So fortunately I have 4 quarts to refill it. So we should be safe. Let's clean this up and refill it, and then we'll bring it up to temp. So remember, this is the last thing you're gonna remove because otherwise if you take this off, it's gonna go to the intercoolant and it's just gonna cool down the fluid and you're not gonna get up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll flash across the screen what is that in Celsius. But the idea is to get it to operating temp. That way you know how much is in the system. Okay, here's my setup. I'm going to replace it with the ATF Toyota. I highly recommend you guys use Toyota products. World Standard WS ATF automatic transmission fluid. I don't know, one of the guys gave me this. I don't know, comment below, am I supposed to be using this? I'm not probably going to use it. It says automatic transmission fluid and power steering fluid, so I don't know. I'm going to go with the World Standard, which is those. I got 4 of those. Here's my setup. So this is my lawnmower battery. And that pump I got from Amazon is a fluid transfer. So it's going to suck from here. And it's going up the refill line, which is up there. Okay, so we're going to fill up to 3.5 quarts. We'll run the car to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Looks like 3.5 quarts. I'll just put the whole 4 quarts in there. I may have to run to Toyota and get another automatic transmission fluid, WS World Standard, before I drive this bad boy, just to make sure I have a good level of transmission fluid inside this bad boy here. All right, let's get started. All right, we start up the car. We'll let that run. As that's running, we're going to go through all the gears. So park, reverse, let that simmer, neutral, let that simmer, drive, let that simmer. Like I said, we're just going through all the gears. We'll do that about 8 times. All right, we're almost there. Let's check that. So if you shoot the gun here, it's gonna be cool over here. So 111 on that. So we're at 115, 122 to be exact. We're gonna unscrew the level plug, let it drain out. It dribbles. Once it dribbles, we'll plug it back up. New lock washer on, we're done. Alright, this whole time the car's on, the bypass is still on, so beware. Those have to be on. Check the level. Good. So watch when it dribbles. Plug everything up. Watch the dribble. Pay attention. And right about, wait for it, right about there. That's the dribble. So you are leveled, my friend. That was it. Let's close everything up. We're done, guys. All right, bypass is out. That sprung back easily. We're good to go. Let's go for a test drive. All right, that was it. So we're able to do a flush, drain, and refill on this 2007-2009 Toyota Tundra SR5 4.7 liter. So we did that and we took it for a test drive. Everything is working beautifully. So if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. We're all about cost savings on this channel. We help you cost saving. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I really mean it. You're better in a community of like-minded people to help save money on one of the big threes, which is transportation. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'll see you next video.